Considering that it is in the community that the rehabilitation of clients takes place, the utilization of therapeutic community treatment model coupled with the principles of restorative justice would be further energized with the recruitment, training, and deployment of volunteer provision aids. So, sa therapeutic community, paulit-ulit natin na we are going to instill to the prisoners of how they could be how they can be a good citizens if ever napalabasin sila sa kulungan. 'Di ba? Pag na reintegrate sila sa community. So ano yung mga bagay na dapat nilang matutunan? Ano na yung mga bagay na makakatulong sa kanila sa pamumuhay para hindi na nila balikan yung kanilang mga nakagawian. So, with the aid of sa pagkuha ng recruitment, training and deployment ng volunteer provision aids, so maraming nakakapagsusubaybay sa kanila, nakakapagbigay ng ideas, information. So the BPA program is a strategy to generate maximum participation of the citizens in the community-based program. So sa pamamagitan nito, nabibigyan natin ng pagkakataon yung ating citizen, yung mga mamamayan na tumulong sa pagbibigay ng informational drive doon sa ating mga community-based program. Halimbawa, yung provision, mga nakakulong na nasa labas dahil binigyan ng provision o kaya binigyan ng parole o ng pardon. To be exact, yung pardon is yung conditional pardon, di ba? Through the BPAs, the substance of restorative justice is pursued with deeper meaning since the BPAs are residents of the same community. So, di ba nakikita nila yung pagbabago ng ating mga client o tinatawag nating prisoners o ng ating mga offenders na undergoing supervision, for example. So, nakikita nila, tapos na-aware yung taong yun na ay parang may nagmamasid, so kinakailangan kong ayusin para hindi ako maibalik sa kulungan. Thus, it is practicable for the volunteers to solicit support for clients' needs and assist the field officers supervising the probationers, parolees, and pardonees. So, this is a community and the government working hand in hand for a better result para makita natin kung paano magiging maayos yung ating community. So, the therapeutic community treatment modality, restorative justice paradigm, and deployment of BPAs integrated into one rehabilitation program have yielded tremendous outcome in the rehabilitation or reformation of probationers, parolees, pardonees, and first-time minor drug offenders. So, nakikita nyo So, sa pamamagitan nito, nagiging maayos yung buhay ng mga taong nag-undergo ng provision, parolees, so nare-reform sila, so hindi na sila babalik doon sa kanilang nakasanayan. Furthermore, the agency believe that the client's family is a major part or support in the rehabilitation process. Thus, the administration adopts the Integrated Allied Social Services program to address the needs of the children and other minor dependent of the clients. So, kikita dito na sa pamagitan dito ng therapeutic community treatment modality, we are going to help the offender of how they could sustain financially to their children, to their family. Di ba? So, napakaganda nitong social services na bigyan ng pagkakataon na makapamuhay yung kanilang mga anak. Baka mamaya maging bad influence sila. So, hindi magiging maganda yung na kinamulatan nila, for example, hindi maganda yung panananaw nila sa tatay nila, sa nanay nila. So, bigyan natin ng pagkakataon na matuto halimbawa yung bata. Under the SID program, intervention relative to the growth and deployment of the minor dependents are done to help them become productive, law-abiding, and effective individuals. So, parang sampal na rin sa magulang na dahil nakagawa sila ng krimen sa lipunan, so tutulungan natin yung kanilang mga anak, for example, na maging law-abiding citizen, productive. So, parang sampal sa kanila na, parang kriminal ako, kaya itong mga anak ko parang gusto nila hindi maging kriminal. So tinutulungan nila. So in such a way, nagiging aware na sila, so hindi na sila babalik doon sa kanilang kinagisnan. So yun ang aking masasabi sa unit 4. So let's proceed with unit 5, the victims reparation and emotional recovery program. So bakit meron tayong victims reparation? Of course, ang pinaka nasaktan o nagdulot ng masamang experience is yung pamilya ng biktima, of course. Let us say, nawalan sila ng mahal sa buhay, o kaya nawalan siya ng cellphone, nawalan siya ng malaking halaga, nawalan siya ng kung ano pa man dyan ang ninakaw sa kanya, for example. So we are going to provide programs para ma-recover sila sa kanilang mga pinagdadaanan sa buhay. So the criminal justice in the Philippines recognizes the significance of rehabilitation and reintegration of convicted felons in the community. Of course, yun ang pinakapangunahing for purpose ng criminal justice in the Philippines, na para maging ma-rehabilitate at paano natin mailalagay ulit sa community ang isang nakakulong na hindi na siya uulit. Evidently, correction being one of the pillars of Philippine criminal justice system, adopted various rehabilitation program such as so maraming ina-adapt ang ating correction as the fifth pillar of the criminal justice system. Alam niyo naman ito. So meron tayong mga program. Letter A is moral and spiritual program. So kanina nabasa natin yan. Education and training program, work and livelihood program, sports recreation program. So ito yung binasa natin kanina. So these are programs na nakakatulong dun sa dun sa mga kliyente ng corrections. Okay, meron tayong word na reparation. Repair, from the word repair. It refers to the process and result of remedying the damage or harm caused by an unlawful act. So dito naman sa unit 5 is magpo-focus tayo doon sa kung paano natin ma-repair yung emotion o yung pinagdaanan ng ating mga biktima, especially yung kanilang pamilya. So the purpose of reparation is generally, number 1, understood to re-establish the situation that existed before the harm occurred. So yun, we are going to re-establish the situation. Kung ano yung nakagawian nilang ginagawa, so kasi maraming na phobia o kaya na trauma dun sa pangyayari, so tutulungan natin sila na ma-restore yung pamumuhay, normal living nila. Diba? So kasi minsan hindi sila maka-move on dahil dun sa nangyari. Let us say, nakita nila mismo na pinatay yung kanilang kamag-anak. So tulungan natin na makalimutan niya yun. So number 2 is, it can also serve as a measure to end ongoing breaches and to deter future ones. So, yung mga hindi pagkakaunawaan, for example, as a vehicle for reconciliation or to restore a relation between the violator and injured parties. Although napakahirap sa side ng family, for example, na makipag-ayos, if you have already watched the case of, kalimutan kong pamilya nito, yung magkapatid na pinatay ng adopted daughter ng kanilang mga magulang, kung saan humingi ng tawad yung nanay nung pumatay dun sa dalawang magkapatid na dun sa pamilya. So lumuhod siya. So naging mediator tayo, reconciliator tayo. Kung if ever na magiging kasama kayo dito sa mga program na to. So as well as a basis to repair or rehabilitate physical and psychological integrity and dignity. So, para maging confident na naman sila, yung damage na na-cause sa kanila, for example, let us say, for example, dun sa rape, di ba? Although hindi naman natin po pwedeng i-publicize o hindi natin pwedeng i-public kung sino yun, so tutulungan natin sila na maayos yung kanilang dignity, di ba? Okay. In international law, okay, a breach of an international obligation gives rise to a duty to repair the harm caused, of course. So, maraming programa dyan kung saan we are going to tackle sa baba. The obligation to make reparation follows a determination that a particular act cause, of course, so dapat alamin natin na mayroon talaga nangyari, or sufficiently contributed to the harm or damages and implies a level of wrongfulness. So, from the time na we have identified na mayroong ganyan, so we have to make a reparation. However, certain international law agreements may also impose an obligation to afford reparation for losses irrespective of fault. So, if ever, ito naman is yung mga, di ba, mayroong mga binibigay sa veterans, di ba? Mayroong binibigay na mga livelihood program dun sa mga dun sa mga biktima ng war, sa World War II, di ba? Nagbabayad ang Germany, nagbayad ang mga country dun sa mga bansa na kanilang nasira, for example. So, pwede rin yun. It has been recognized that reparation must fully repair an injury, of course. So, kahit hindi yan pang 100%, as long as we give our 100% para matulungan yung ating pamilya ng biktima na mabuhay ulit ng maayos na hindi na sila natatakot, including any material or moral damage caused by the wrongful act. Okay? It must, so far as possible, wipe out all the consequences of the illegal act and reestablish a situation that would, in all probability, have existed if that act had not been committed. Okay, di ba? So, if ever na hindi naman yan, nandyan na yan, wala na tayong magagawa, so, bigyan natin sila ng leisure time. If ever na mayroon tayong may tulong na manggagaling sa government, so ibigay natin dun sa kanila.